Hello, today we are going for a walk with our friends and with our kids and with our dog. We are going for a walk near the sea with the expectation also to walk on the sea, on the ice, because we know there is some object on the sea that we have never seen before and we would like to go and check it. It should be something similar to the ship that is like sinking in the sea and it's frozen. So we are now heading up to this place and we can see the sea is actually frozen and it's frozen very good and you can actually walk on it. You can walk on the ice. We can also see at some places ice has been melting and then freezing again. And we already see, oh, okay, there's an ice skater. And this is actually very common place for ice skating and also for uh, fishermen and also for a lot of photographers that would like to catch some very beautiful scenery. And today weather is perfect for this and you can see there are a lot of people. And there are many places where actually you can fall. A lot of melted ice and then frozen again. You can see there are like rocks, like stone there. But actually it's all ice and underneath is water. So we are a little bit exploring the territory around and then we will go to that object and let's see how it looks like. And this object actually looks like ship that is sinking. It's like similar to Titanic. You can see only the front end pointing the sky like this. I'm not sure actually if this was a real ship or it was actually like something like a docking station where ships were docking to. Because I have noticed that on the deck there has been these places where they touching the ropes and they are very similar to the ones that are actually on the docking stations. You can see there on the top of it. And we'll take a look around and then we'll maybe go inside. But to go inside actually there is pretty long line, waiting line, and people are waiting in line to actually climb inside, like in the cave, and you can look at it from inside. Here I'm going and showing a little bit, and afterwards we'll be standing for about 40 minutes in this line to get inside. So we just took our time a little bit walking around. And now we're actually climbing in. It's very slippery and also at some places wet, but inside it was all dry and you will see what surprise we saw when we go inside there. And you can see the very beautiful icicles all over the ceilings. And we'll go a little bit further inside. Everything is with ice, like everything is covered with ice. I think it's because there was hotter air from the sea blowing in here while it was not everything freezing, and then it just made this beautiful nature thing like icicles. They actually look like stalactites, you know. In the stone caves you can have this from the stones and from the calcium, and here we have from the ice. Here I want to play a little trick that I'm just showing my hand and need some help. But they just look and didn't came and check it, but it was very interesting, I think, at least for them. Yeah, so actually this place was very narrow. We can barely fit 4 people inside, and you can see this place is hollow from inside. So maybe it was a ship, because I think if it would be a docking place for ships, it wouldn't be hollow inside. It would be like from one firmly made mass, like stones or concrete or steel. and you can see that it looks really beautiful. You would never imagine that inside there can be something beautiful like this.
Sì, claro.
So we spent some time inside and then we walked outside and continued to explore the territory. There was very beautiful nature-made installations from the ice and snow, and they were forming in the times when ice were still melting and freezing, melting and freezing, and from the wind and from the wave it just was stuck in the piles. So you can see it's all crashed in small parts, as if somebody would crash it on purpose. So there was everything in small triangles basically, crashed ice, and you can walk on it and it's somehow sticking together but not very tight, so you can break it apart. And also kids were playing here, and very nice place. And underneath there is a water, so in this particular place there could be about 10 or 15 meters deep water. But of course there's no stream underneath, so it was pretty safe place to be. And also there was some places where this ice was measured before, and it's pretty safe to go there unless you are going too far in the open sea. So if you're just going 100 meters from the shore, then it's pretty safe. But of course you never know, and you need to be very careful with this. And then we noticed some other objects that are there, so they look like something made from concrete. I don't know what it was, but something very interesting and made from concrete. And it has been all covered with ice. So we played with kids a little bit and then we went further. And there also you can see some cracks in the ice. So the ice, at some point, ice is splitting when the bigger waves are coming, and water level is rising and then going down again, and then the ice is cracking and splitting into the parts. And also you can see some textures of the ice. They were very different in different places. So here they are like more like with a even surface, but some 100 meters away you will see there are some different kind of textures and patterns like this one, and this is formed also when the ice was melting and freezing, melting and freezing, and you can see how it formed. It's very rough surface, very hard to work on, and especially ride with sled, of course, it's even more harder. And here you can see the bigger parts of the ice. These parts were pushed one below the other, so it formed like this kind of very interesting structure. We just took a small walk here and then we were walking further. Overall, day is very beautiful and there are a lot of people, and actually it's very interesting that this sea is freezing from the shore so much. It's because it's not open sea, it's because it's Gulf of Riga, and this is more shallower than open sea, and because it's so shallow, water is getting the heat away faster and it can freeze from the shore. And also you can see in this place there is a river Daugava that is going into the sea, and this is freshwater river, so this water is more prone to freezing. Here in this place specifically it's not freezing because there are ways of the ships and there are icebreakers going regularly and breaking out the ice for the ships, the ferries and cargo ships, so it's pretty busy traffic over here. And you can also see here this is some kind of servicing ship, or maybe icebreaker and servicing ship. There were also some tankers waiting in the sea we have seen, so there is pretty big traffic and icebreakers are going and breaking all the ice, but the sea is not freezing as good as if it would be freshwater, because it's still some salt water inside. The concentration is not so huge as in open sea, but still it is salty, and that way it's so often freezing and melting down and making many interesting structures. So we spent a really good time, really good day near the sea, also make some picnic, and then we went back. And actually outside it was minus 11 degrees, but because it was sunny you couldn't actually feel so much the cold, but on the sea you can feel it because of the wind. And this is actually end of our walking tour here, and we are already going back, and there is very beautiful pathway actually made for going back. I'll just show it in a moment. Now I notice there are some people very far away from the shore, and some 300 or 400 meters away there was open sea already, and we decided we have seen enough, and then we went home. It was a very beautiful day that we spent near the sea, and we enjoyed very much. And if you have an option to go to the sea, we would recommend you to do so as well. Okay, that's the end of this video, and we wish you a very good weekend and following days ahead. Bye.